Hello and welcome to our dinosaur topic in year 2. As I said, I would read you a little bit because it's quite a long book and there's lots in here. I have a book called Lift the Flap, Questions and Answers about Dinosaurs. And as you can see, I've got some dinosaurs behind me on the board here. So see if we can find them in the book. So the first page, we've got a contents page. It tells us what's in the book because it's a fact book. And we've got a when and where. So it's just full of lots of different questions and we can lift the flaps for the answers. So we've got, when did dinosaurs roam the earth? Millions of years ago. They were the main animals on the land for over 100 million years. So then there's a little timeline here, I don't know if you can see it on there, of when the dinosaurs lived and when each one lived. So they all lived at different times, a bit like we did a timeline before, didn't we, in history in year 2. They didn't all live at the same time. Dinosaur times are split into 3 different periods. So there's the Triassic, then the Jurassic, and then the Cretaceous. So 3 different times that the dinosaurs lived. When was the first dinosaur discovered? It was me. If we lift this one, it said the first dinosaur to be named and described was the, oh my gosh, Megalosaurus in 1824. And they found its jaw there. So that was what they first found of that dinosaur. The Iguanodon was discovered a few years earlier, but it wasn't actually named until the year after, until 1825. These first discoveries were based on only a few teeth and bones. So they found just their teeth and their jaws, and that was how they discovered that these dinosaurs had lived that long ago. Where did all the dinosaurs go? We lift this one. They died about 65 million years ago. Most of them were eaten or simply rotted away. Some dinosaur remains have been preserved under the ground. The best place to see them today is in a museum. And we were having a chat, some of us, weren't we, before, about some of you have been to the Natural History Museum in London. And they used to have the big dinosaur bones there, didn't they, as you walked in. Where did dinosaurs live? So we've got all over the world. There's a little map there under the flap. For much of dinosaur times, the Earth had only been a big mass of land. That slowly separated into the continents we know today. And we've talked about that before as well, haven't we? About it being all one big thing and it got broken up. Where can I find some dinosaur bones? Where layers of underground rock have been uncovered, the coast is a good place to start. Many dinosaur fossils are also discovered in quarries or large flat plains. So you can go to somewhere like Dorset, and they have it's called the Jurassic Coast. And I went when I was little, and you can go looking for little fossils in the stones. It's really good fun. This page is all about how. So it's how big were they? How fast could they run? How a baby dinosaur was born, how many bones did a dinosaur have? There's all sorts of questions. We'll just do a couple on here. So how fast could dinosaurs run? I think that's a fun one. They could run up to 60 kilometres an hour, which is 37 miles an hour. That's how fast I drive to work in the mornings, though most of them were much slower. The fastest ones are known as ostrich dinosaurs. Can you see why? How many dinosaurs could fly? I think you probably all know what that one is called there. None. There were flying reptiles in dinosaur times, but they belonged to a different group of animals known as pterosaurs. Some had wings as long as planes. So actually no flying dinosaurs. We have a page on what questions. What's the biggest dinosaur bone ever found? Probably the femur, or the upper leg bones, that's a bit like our thigh bone, of a new dinosaur yet to be named. So they haven't even named this one yet. It looks like a thick tree trunk and it's 2.4 metres tall. So it's nearly 8 feet tall and it stands taller than a very tall man. Don't know if you can see it in there. Wow, I wonder what dinosaur that was then. Oh my goodness, what is the longest dinosaur name? What was the world like in dinosaur times? What's the difference between a carnivore and a herbivore, which I'm sure you already know. So there's all sorts of different questions. And again, we can come back to this book later on. We've got some yes or no questions here. So it's, could dinosaurs swim? Oh, don't know where the flap is for that one. Oh, what's up here? Yes. At least tracks show that some of them could. They probably didn't go underwater though. The big swimming reptiles back then were, oh my gosh, I should have practiced these names, shouldn't I? Ichthyosaurus and Plesiosaurus. Looks a bit like a dolphin, that one, doesn't it, or a shark? So they were the actual swimming reptiles, but some of the dinosaurs I think could swim as well. And we've got which dinosaurs had feathers? Lots of small meat-eating ones did, including these three here. I wonder if you can say these names. So those three were small meat-eating dinosaurs, but they also had feathers as well. Which dinosaurs were awake at night? We've looked at nocturnal animals, haven't we? So some of the dinosaurs were also awake at night. Quite a few of them were. The shapes of dinosaur eye sockets, so this is the bit around their eyes here, suggest that many small carnivores hunted at night and many herbivores grazed both day and night. Quite greedy, weren't they? Which dinosaur lived the longest? It's quite an interesting one. The Apatosaurus. They lived for 50 to 100 years. Wow, that's a long time, isn't it? The big long-necked herbivores, it's just this one in here, they could live for over 50 years. In general, the bigger the dinosaur, the longer the lifespan. So if you're a bigger dinosaur, you lived a lot longer than the smaller ones. There's some littler ones there. We've got some why questions on this one. Why were some dinosaurs so knobbly? Let's have a little look. Under here. To protect themselves. They often couldn't move very fast, but their thick bony skin would form a barrier against their enemies. Sharp teeth and claws, so anything that tried to eat them, they couldn't get through it because it was so thick. It's a good idea, isn't it? We've got, why did T-Rex have such short arms? Because it didn't need them much. It could easily reach things with its massive strong jaws. Its arms were still strong though. It probably used them to hold its prey while it chomped. Now it is eating some things over there. So they didn't really need their arms. That's why they were quite short and tucked in. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? Why didn't other animals die out too? So when all the dinosaurs died out, why didn't other animals die out as well? Many did. At least 3/4 of all species on Earth, but lots of smaller animals survived by sheltering from the dust and finding enough to eat. So some animals in there that survived through the dinosaur times, through the Jurassic period and all of the rest of it, because they found places to hide from all of the dust. And then we've got some who questions. So we've got who would lose in this fight? You see there's two dinosaurs there. Which one do you think would lose? I'm not sure actually. One of them's bigger and has longer legs, but one of them's got spiky bits. Probably the Gorgosaurus. So that is the bigger one. That's the one who would lose. It could only beat the thick-plated Edmontonia by turning it over and attacking its soft belly. So that's the only way it would be able to win, because the spikes on its back would be too hard to fight against. It's a good fact, isn't it? So we will come back to some facts in here. If you have any questions about dinosaurs that you want to send us in, we'll try and find it in here. We'll find it on the internet for you. And we can do another video coming up in the next 2 weeks, because that's how long we're doing dinosaurs for. We hope you enjoy everything that we've sent out to you, and yeah, have fun.